again. It's a rich thing.
Hello guys, today in this video, we're going to help you to find out the best electric kettle in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below.
Again, it's a rich thing.
Number 10. Ninja Precision Temperature Kettle. If the Wolf is out of your budget, then Ninja's Precision Temperature Kettle is the next best thing for many users. Like the Wolf, this electric kettle features one-touch preset water temperature controls as well as manual temperature control. This allows you to customize any drink by adjusting the temperature in increments of 5 degrees Fahrenheit. It also features a hold temperature setting, which will keep water at the selected preset for 30 minutes. And if your mornings tend to be a bit chaotic, you don't have to worry about forgetting and having to restart the kettle, as it will beep to let you know when it's done. Don't want to hear it? You can turn the beeps on and off. Speaking of turning it off, this kettle will turn off automatically once the selected temperature has been reached. If you're using the hold temperature feature, the kettle will automatically shut off after 30 minutes. Number 9. Chantal Laszlo Electric Kettle. Strategist senior writer Lisa Cursillo had coveted the out-of-her-price range Steady kg kettle for a long time, but then she saw this equally attractive one and decided to buy it. The design reads stylishly Scandinavian. It comes in a range of pretty matte colors and features a light wood handle. I just thought it was so nice looking. Cursillo says, much more in line with her and her partner's style than the previous big one she owned with roommates. She also calls the Chantal blissfully uncomplicated to use. You simply fill it up and press down on a single button. The cord wraps into the base for neat storage. It holds a lot of water, and it has a comfortable grip. Number 8. Cuisinart CPK17 Perfect Temp. If the Breville isn't worth the investment to you, Shacket recommends this Cuisinart model with preset temperatures for different types of teas. It has a full boil button for black tea, which is also the correct setting for herbal and rooibos teas, a 190-degree button for oolong, a 185 button for white, a 175 button for green, and a 160 button for delicate teas, not to mention a French press setting. There's also a keep warm setting, unlike with some of the bigger models that automatically shut off and cool down once they are done boiling. Number 7. Breville One Touch Tea Maker. This recommendation comes courtesy of a strategist story written a few years ago by contributor David Schwartz. A recommendation that, when I checked in with him all this time later, still holds up. He's been a regular tea drinker his whole life, but the ritual changed for the better when he received this undeniably high-end electric kettle as a gift. It brews tea at custom temperatures depending on leaf type and flavor strength. Schwartz writes, but what differentiates this from less expensive alternatives is something that almost all run-of-the-mill coffee makers do. It brews automatically, at any time of day, without you having to do anything but pour in the tea. The Breville's Peace Tea Resistance is a metal mesh basket that robotically dunks loose leaves in boiled water for the exact steeping time and then removes them, resting above the water's surface to prevent too bitter brews or totally weak sauce. Number 6. KitchenAid Electric Kettle. Recipe developer and cookbook author Sola El Whaley says this electric kettle looks enough like a stovetop model that one morning her mom, whom she gifted one to, was so sleepy, she literally put it on a burner and ruined it. Luckily, El Whaley has never done the same with her own in the 7 years she's owned it, but she does appreciate its old-timey retro vibes, along with the fact that it's no bells and whistles. While that means you can see the water level and there's no temperature control, it perfectly suits El Whaley's main needs, making tea. She's not fussy about exacting degrees, and using a bit of boiling water for cooking, whether deglazing a pan, finishing off undercooked rice, or giving a head start to water for potatoes or pasta. Number 5. Cosori Electric Glass Kettle. In testing the Cosori, I found that the spout releases a very steady and controlled stream, especially for having a larger opening. There's no splashing or spilling when I pour, and while I'm partial to the Steady kg, The larger volume of this one is useful for batching iced tea, as well as cleaning my sink. I fill it up, let the water get piping hot, scrub the stainless interior of my basin with a sponge, and then pour the water out all over it for a sparkling finish. I like that the kettle is made of glass because I can easily see the amount of water inside, and the handle is sturdy and comfortable to hold, too. Strategist Deals editor Sam Daly bought the same model about 8 months ago and has used it nearly every day since. She's appreciative of the quick 2 minutes it takes to heat up. Number 4. OXO Adjustable Temperature Kettle. McCarthy called out the OXO gooseneck as his personal favorite, and price-wise, it's just about the same as a Bonavita. But OXO also makes this larger version with a standard pour spout, equipped with the same base as the gooseneck. It allows for temperature adjustments down to the degree and holds that temperature for up to 30 minutes. Of course, the glass body allows you to see how much water is inside, and the overall design is sleek. Harder to find, in my opinion, when it comes to the larger models. Finally, the silicone on the bottom of the kettle itself allows you to set it down on any surface without worrying about damage. Number 3. Balmuda the Kettle. While the Balmuda, from the maker of our very favorite steam toaster oven, comes in at a similar price point to the Steady KG, it may be a better choice for those who don't need or want a high-tech option. I think it's similarly pleasing to look at but has only a simple on-off switch. The water also heats up very quickly, in about 2 minutes, both because it doesn't need to home in on an exact degree like the Steady KG or the Bonavita, and because it's a bit smaller overall. Still, when full, it makes plenty of hot water for a couple of mugs of tea at a time. The speed also means I can simply reheat as needed without worrying about the exact temperature hold. The spout pours gently and evenly. It's comfortable to grip, and I particularly enjoy the light on the end of the handle that turns on when your water is heating and off and when it is done. Number 2. Bonavita Variable Temperature Electric Kettle. I find the Bonavita nearly as impressive as the Steady KG on a technical level. If you go this route, you won't give up temperature precision in 1-degree increments, temperature hold, or a gooseneck spout. It has some predetermined temperatures, too, though it doesn't actually say what they're for outside of the instruction manual, which I don't find as helpful as the Stag's markers. Otherwise, my main knock is aesthetic. It's simply not as sleek as our best overall pick. It's not bad looking, just more standard appliance than design object. The functions are very intuitive. While the Steady KG operates via nondescript dial and display screen, the Bonavita has clearly marked buttons on its base, power, a plus and minus to set exact degrees, and a hold. I also appreciate the comfortable handle and stainless steel material, which is easy to wipe down so it looks spotless. Number 1. Fellow Steady KG Pro Electric Kettle. The Fellow Steady KG Pro is the kettle I've been using for the past year. First things first, I know it's on the pricey side and more expensive than most on this list, but I consider it well worth the investment. A perfect marriage of form, function, and durability that makes it truly best in class. It has exact temperature control in single-digit increments, plus clearly named predetermined settings for tea and coffee types, which is what I use, while the ultra-precise settings mean it takes slightly longer to reach temperature than other kettles do. It slows down as it gets close to your desired degree to ensure precision. It still takes only 5 minutes to reach a full boil when filled to maximum capacity, and it holds temperature, too. I also love the gooseneck spout. The feature is found with multiple models on this list, but Fellow has optimized the flow so water comes out at the perfect rate for pour over.